Ayan, while waiting, no, mag-load yung whiteboard. Ayan, yung ano nyo, problem set nyo, no, I'll try ma-post sa Google Classroom this week para meron kayo at least more than 2 weeks, no, 2 weeks and days dun sa submission. So yun ay both for fuel and UOPS, no. Yun. I'll let you know na lang kapag posted na. Okay. So, ayun, to recap lang, kahapon, ang naging discussion natin is yung convective heat transfer, no? So, tapos na tayo sa conduction. And then, we discussed yung two different types, no? So, natural and then forced convection and the difference for those. Again, yung natural natin is walang external forces, no? Walang mechanical devices such as yung mga fans, agitators, no? Na nag-allow, no, or nagpo-push for the heat transfer to or convection process to occur, or to process. So yung force naman, so yun yung may external forces, no, yung merong mga mechanical devices na nag-allow ng convection to happen. So again, yung sa convection natin, meron tayong nagdi-differ yung approach natin and yung formula as well sa type of flow. So meron tayong laminar and turbulent flow, 'di ba? So familiar naman na tayo doon and dun sa ating dimensionless number na ginagamit to predict, no, to identify kung ang flow ba is laminar or turbulent. So that is the Reynolds number. So yung Reynolds number natin, familiar na din kayo sa formula noon, and how to determine. So siguro meron lang slight changes when it comes to yung value ng turbulent, no, or mako-consider na turbulent or fully turbulent dito sa gagamitin nating formula na i-discuss natin later. So I'll discuss that later, but yeah, just heads up, magkakaroon lang ng difference dun sa initial na discussion natin dun sa Reynolds number. So yeah, discuss ko later, but the formula and the approach is still the same, no. So ayun, so marami tayong formula na nagamit and na-discuss. So that includes yung convective heat transfer coefficient. So that is, this one is the yung from solid to fluid, no, rate of heat transfer from solid to fluid. So that includes the Q natin is the heat transfer rate in watts. Okay, and then H is the convective heat coefficient. So this one is watts per square meter Kelvin. So tinatawag din siya as the film coefficient, yung ating H, no? And then A is of course the area in square meters. And then the T sub W is the temperature of the solid, or usually temperature of the wall. And then T sub F is yun yung average or yung bulk temperature of the fluid itself. So yun, meron din tayong conversion for the convective heat transfer coefficient, no, or convection heat coefficient. So from English to SI unit. So familiar naman na kayo dyan, and kumbaga nung midterms natin, sanay naman na kayo sa unit conversions and unit differences, kung ano-anong units ang nabibelong sa English unit and yung SI unit natin. Okay, so we have the forced convection heat transfer inside the pipe. So ito yung una natin na i-discuss, no? Kasi yung isa, in general yon, from solid to fluid. So not necessarily specific sa pipes. So this one is specific sa pipes. Kasi usually yun yung ginagamit, yung sa pipe or included yung pipe as the channel for fluid transfer of fluid sa unit operations natin or sa industry itself. So yan, so we have slightly different formula but with the temperature lang. So same formula natin, Q for the heat transfer is equals to H times the area multiplied by the this one is baliktad. So kung yung kanina, yung solid, hindi siya specific sa pipe, no, is the temperature of the wall minus the bulk temperature or average temperature of the fluid. So this time, pag inside the pipe, it's the other way around. So the T1 natin or yung Yeah, yung T1 natin is the bulk or average temperature of the fluid minus the temperature of the wall or the temperature of the pipe in contact with the fluid. Ano? So, yan. So, Q is equals to H times A multiplied by T minus T sub W. Okay, so in English unit, so ito yan, the same, no? Kung SI is watts, sa English unit natin for Q is BTU per hour. And then for area, familiar naman na tayo for it's in cubic square feet. And then for H, it is BTU per hour, square feet, degree Fahrenheit. And then for temperature, it is in degree Fahrenheit. Ano, pag SI unit, it is in Kelvin. Okay, so may note dito that the type of flow has great effect on the amount of the coefficient of the convective heat coefficient H, meaning the more turbulent the flow, the greater the value of the H. Ano, so ibig sabihin yung mga flow natin that are turbulent. So when I say turbulent, so, di ba initially, refresh tayo kahapon. Ano nga yung value natin pag sinabing laminar yung flow? Anong value ng Reynolds number pag sinabing laminar? And ano naman yung range kapag para masabi nating turbulent siya? No. So, dito magkakaroon lang ng konting difference kasi meron tayong mga i-discuss na specific formula na merong limit or magagamit lang natin siya in terms of this specific conditions. So included doon yung kapag laminar yung flow, kapag turbulent yung flow, but kapag na-discuss natin yung formula for turbulent flow, so meron din siyang limit or limitations or like requirement stating that the flow should be fully turbulent. So pag sinabing fully turbulent, so more than the 4,000. Kasi 'di ba initially dun sa topic natin nung midterms about Reynolds number. So masasabi natin siyang turbulent kapag yung value ng Reynolds number natin is more than 4,000. 'Di ba? So yung ating window for that, more than 4,000. But considered in here sa discuss natin later na formula na applicable yung formula for turbulent flow kapag yung flow natin is fully turbulent. So yung fully turbulent na yun starts at 6,000 Reynolds number. No? So above 6,000 lang siya applicable. So may ganon. So bago tayo magpunta doon, for formula natin for laminar and turbulent. So eto, nag-introduce din ako ng dimensionless dimensionless numbers na may encounter and gagamitin natin moving forward. So that includes of course the Reynolds number. So ayan, formula natin for that is diameter multiplied by the velocity or average velocity multiplied by the density of the fluid over the viscosity of the fluid. So take note of the units. Ayan. And as well as dun sa average velocity. So yung average velocity natin, makukompute din siya kapag may given tayong volumetric flow rate. So ang average velocity natin is defined as the ratio of the volumetric flow rate divided by the viscosity. So ayun, review nyo yung nasa midterm topic natin yun. And then we also have the Prandtl number or sub PR. So this one, ang formula natin is ito. So C sub P multiplied or yung heat capacity natin multiplied by the viscosity over the thermal conductivity K. So yung thermal conductivity, ito yung ginamit natin dun sa conduction na topic natin nung last meeting natin. So yung last meeting natin, meron tayong table doon, although yung table na yon is just range of values for thermal conductivity. So usually naman yung thermal conductivity are so far sa problem natin is kabilang sa given sa problem. So isa yun dun sa kailangan natin ng clarification with Sir Arevalo, lalo na sa magiging final exam natin. Kung ano yung setup if bibigay. So, yan yung ating thermal conductivity. And then, yung ating Nusselt number or N sub NU. So, ito naman yung formula niya, which is yung H natin or yung convective heat coefficient multiplied by the diameter, okay, of the pipe over the conductivity K. Unit for this one. So, this one is watts per meter Kelvin. Okay, so ito yung three-dimensionless na number. So again, dimensionless, ibig sabihin wala silang unit. No? So, okay. So after nyan, lang, we have, ano na tayo dun sa ating heat transfer coefficient for laminar flow inside a pipe. Wait lang ah. Okay, no. So, ano na tayo dun sa ating pag-compute no ng ano natin, heat transfer coefficient kapag laminar yung flow. Okay? Ito lang dito. Okay, ano? So again, this one is for laminar flow. Kaya sabi dyan, certainly the most important convective heat transfer process industrially is that of cooling or heating a fluid flowing inside a closed circular conduit or pipe. So different types of correlations for the convective coefficients are needed for laminar flow. So again, yung ating laminar flow is kapag yung ating Reynolds number is less than 2,100. Okay? So yun yung ating indicator ng laminar flow. So definitely sa ano natin, incoming problems, so kinakailangan muna nating i-compute yung ating Reynolds number before tayo mag-proceed. Kasi gaya na banggit ko, magkaiba yung formula ng laminar flow to determine the heat transfer coefficient inside a pipe for laminar and for turbulent. So definitely, kailangan muna natin i-identify si N sub RE or Reynolds number before tayo mag-proceed. So, ayan yung ating indicator. So, for fully turbulent flow, which are NRE is above 6,000. And for the transition region, which is between the 2001 and the 6,000. So, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina na may slight difference lang. So, dun sa natin, 4,000 yung window, di ba, for turbulent one. So, siguro addition na lang dito na fully turbulent kapag greater than 6,000. So yun yung mako-consider kapag in terms of yung choosing ng natin ng formula moving forward. So anyways, later na yon. So dito muna tayo sa laminar flow. So sabi dyan, for laminar flow of fluids inside horizontal tubes or pipes, the following equation of Sider and Tate can be used for Reynolds number with less than 2,100 value. No? So we have Nu of A is equal to H sub AD over K 1.86 multiplied by NRE, NPR, and then the diameter to length ratio 1/3 multiplied by viscosity B over viscosity of the wall. Okay? 0.14. Ayan, kaya nabanggit ko sa inyo na try nyo din itanong sa ibang section handle sa ibang section kung yung formulas ba ay kailangan sa uluhin or ibibigay ulit. Kasi may ganito ang mga klase ng formula. So para lang din prepared kayo kung kailangan sa uluhin or hindi. Okay, so ayan yung formula natin for laminar flow. So usually ito lang naman yung gagamitin natin. Sorry. Ito. Ayan lang. So kasi this one is the same as this one. Diba? So ito lang. Okay. So, isa-isahin natin yan. So susulat ko na lang since mahirap siyang i-arrow. So for unahin natin si D. So ang D natin is the diameter. Okay, diameter of the pipe. So this one is in meter pag SI unit. And then L natin is the length of the pipe. Okay. Okay, length of the pipe. So may specific pala before mixing occurs. So this is also in meters. And then for yung ating viscosity sub B is the viscosity of the fluid. At bulk temp or average temperature of the fluid. So ang unit nito ay PA second. Usual SI unit ng natin, viscosity. And then yung other viscosity which is U sub W is the viscosity, fluid viscosity. Okay. Okay, at wall temperature. Okay, so this one is the same, PA second. And then, okay, for anong next? H sub A natin is equal to the average heat transfer coefficient. This one is in watts per meter squared Kelvin. So this one is still as well as convective heat transfer kasi diba convection process naman to. So this one is the average heat transfer coefficient. And then ano pa? K is the thermal conductivity, of course. Thermal okay, unit nito is watts per meter Kelvin. Okay, and RE natin is the Reynolds number. So wala naman siyang unit. Okay, NPR natin is the Prandtl number. Ang spelling nun, I forgot. Okay, wala, dimensionless din yan, so walang unit. Ano pang nakalimutan natin? I think lahat na. And then yung N sub NU naman, is the Nusselt number. So hindi naman siya kasali. Again, kasi ito lang yan. Ayan. Usually yan yung gagamitin natin. Okay. So, okay. So yan, so the diameter, wala na tayong nakaligtaan no? So we have the HA, the D, the K, and then NRE and PR, and then the diameter and length. So dito sa, tong part na to, no? So minsan, possible na ang ibigay is magkahiwalay, the diameter and the length. Pero pwede din na ang ibigay na given sa problem is the diameter to length ratio, no? So pag ganun, pag ang binigay sa problem is diameter to length ratio, so ito na yon, yung mismong value nun. So ito na yung mismo yung isa-substitute nyo na value for this one. So hindi na, no need na to like determine the diameter and determine the length kasi ito na yon, the diameter ratio na. Okay? Pero possible pa din and most likely ang given is the diameter and then the length and isa-substitute nyo lang siya dito, no? So yun lang. Okay, so yan yung ating formula kapag laminar. So ngayon, this one is for coefficient. Or pwede din na kung ano man yung hinahanap dyan or yung unknown. So pero usually, ang hinahanap dito is itong H sub A. No? So pwedeng given to and then ang nawawala is for example the NPR, pwede din. No? O kaya naman itong viscosity. Ayan. O kaya, kung ano man. Basta dyan lang yun iikot. So this one is for computation of the average heat transfer coefficient or H sub A during in a convection process. So yan yung formula natin. And then meron tayo kapag naman ang kinakalculate is yung natin heat transfer rate, no? Kasi usually naman yung hahanapin. Q. Okay, sabi dyan. Ito, yung this equation daw holds for itong value na to. Yan, itong formula na yan at saka yung formula later. Sige na nga, isulat ko na muna. So this one is Q is equals to H sub A multiplied by area delta T sub A is equals to HA Q H sub A multiplied by A. And then itong delta TA na yan is dito, the average temperature drop. So yung average temperature drop natin has the formula of, para makalculate siya, ito yun. This one is TW over TB. Okay, over plus TW minus TBO over 2. Okay. So, ito naman yung formula natin. So, for example, sa problem, so ito yung general or mas like simplified na version ng formula natin. So, this one is the same. Yung Q natin is the heat transfer rate. Yung H sub A natin is, ito pa rin, yung average heat transfer coefficient. Okay? And then A natin is yung area. And ito, yung delta TA natin is the average or the arithmetic mean temperature drop, average temperature drop. Okay, so itong average temperature drop, kung given siya directly sa problem, so hindi na natin to kailangan i-solve. No, hindi na natin to kailangan i-solve. Kapag sa mismong problem, ang given is ito na agad average temperature drop value. Pero kung hindi, kailangan natin siyang gamitan nitong sunod na formula, which is yung mas detailed, na pag-compute nitong ating delta T sub A. Yan, which is itong T sub W minus T sub BI plus T sub W minus T sub BO over 2. No? Okay, so, ang different lang is ito, yung TW, T sub BI, and T sub BO. So, yung na yon, yung T sub W is still the temperature of the wall or wall temperature. Okay? This one is in Kelvin pa rin. So, yung ating T sub BI is equal to the inlet bulk or average temperature, still in Kelvin. And then T sub BO is the outlet. Okay? Ayan. So again, hindi ko na sinulat yung for H sub A and A kasi nabanggit ko na siya kanina. And then yung Q again is the heat transfer rate for convective. So, ayan. So ito, yung gagamitin nating formula ng pagkuha ng heat transfer kapag laminar yung flow. So kung makikita nyo, for example, hindi given yung H sub A, and pinapahanap sa atin is yung rate of heat transfer Q. So kailangan possible, kailangan muna natin siyang gamitan nito. Tsaka natin C para makuha si H sub A, and tsaka natin siya sa substitute dito. Para makuha natin si heat transfer rate. Okay? So, yun. Yan yung sa laminar natin. And again, ang sabi dyan, this equation holds for, ilagay ko dito. Okay? For kapag yung value ni N, RE, NPR, and the diameter to length ratio is greater than 100. Okay. And then sabi dyan, ayun, kapag daw if used down to a, yung value nito is greater than 10, it still holds to plus or minus 20%. And then for less than 100 naman, so ayun, meron daw another expression, but I think, ito lang din yung gagamitin natin for that. I think di naman mag-aano ibibigay sa exam, yung mas complicated one. But yeah, definitely ito yung gagamitin natin for laminar. As long as laminar naman yung flow, and hindi naman, hindi pinapa-compute ito. Ayan. So, yan, as is. Ito yung gagamitin nating formula para makuha natin si heat transfer coefficient. Basta laminar yung flow. Make sure lang na before kayo gumamit ng equation, alamin nyo muna kung laminar siya or turbulent. So, again, ito yung natin, formula natin for pagkuha ng heat transfer rate, Q. Okay. So, ayun, ang sabi dyan, for large pipe diameters and large temperature difference delta T between pipe wall and bulk fluid, natural convection effects can increase the value of the yung H natin or yung ating convection heat coefficient. So, iba naman yung equation na ginagamit for vertical pipes. But usually, ito lang naman, since yan lang yung nakalagay sa handout ninyo, ito lang yung natin, gagamitin natin, and involve, and kasama sa exam. So, ayan. This one is for laminar flow. Heat transfer rate computation for laminar flow. And then, next naman is yung heat transfer coefficient naman for turbulent. Okay, so tapos na tayo sa laminar. Meron na tayong formula for heat coefficient or average heat transfer coefficient inside the pipe. Tapos meron din tayong formula for heat transfer rate for laminar flow. So ngayon naman, turbulent before tayo mag-sample problem. Okay, so this one is heat coefficient. Heat transfer coefficient. For turbulent flow inside a pipe. Okay, so dito, sabi dyan, when the Reynolds number is above 2,100, the flow is turbulent, but to be specific, hindi yung basta lumagpas siya ng 2,100, hindi na siya considered as agad, turbulent agad, no? So meron tayong transition region na tinatawag, 'di ba? So since the rate of heat transfer is greater in the turbulent region, many industrial heat transfer processes are in the turbulent region. So ang sabi diyan yung like unit operations natin or yung in real life, no, yung ginagamit talaga sa industry. So lahat yun in turbulent. So walang laminar flow. So meaning yun, lahat and or majority sa kanila is in turbulent flow or within the turbulent region. So ito, yung equation dyan, nasusulat natin is has been found to hold for tubes but is also used for pipes. This holds for value na NRE or ang Reynolds number is equal to, sorry, not equal. NRE natin is greater than 6,000 or yung ating fully turbulent region or flow. Yan. Okay? So NRE, again, itong susulat nating formula, discuss nating formula is applicable kapag yung ating Reynolds number is greater than 6,000. Yung Reynolds number natin na greater than 6,000 indicates fully turbulent region or fully turbulent flow. So usually naman, mataas naman palagi yung value na nakukuha natin for for Reynolds number. And again, gaya ng binanggit kanina, usually naman, nasa turbulent region, yung ating mga industrial processes na ginagamit. So, okay? And then, NPR is between, lagay ko na lang dito, applicable. Yan, NPR between 0.7 and 16,000. And yung length to diameter ratio is greater than 60. Okay, so ang formula natin for heat transfer coefficient or yung H sub A natin or H itself for turbulent flow inside the pipe is the same format. So we have N Nu equals to H sub L over D equals to 0.027 NRE 0.8 then NPR 1/3 multiplied by ating viscosities 0.14. Okay, so ito pong 0.8 is sa NRE na value and then yung 1/3 is sa NPR. Okay, so yan yung ating formula. So isa-isahin ulit natin kung ano-ano ba yung mga yan kasi meron tayong bagong character. So we have H sub L. So H sub L natin is the heat transfer coefficient based on the log mean driving force delta TLM. So this one, ito na lang tong heat transfer coefficient. Hindi naman tayo magpo-proceed dun sa log mean na yun. Heat transfer coefficient. Okay? And then, saan tayo? Heat transfer coefficient, and then the D is the diameter as well. Okay. And then, still pala, yung K natin is the thermal conductivity. So same unit naman yan, pag SI unit. And then NRE is still the Reynolds number. NPR is still the Prandtl number. And then the viscosity, sub B, and then the viscosity, W. So it's still the same, fluid viscosity, fluid viscosity at bulk or average temp. Yan. And then this one is viscosity at wall temperature. Okay, no. So lahat na tayo nakaligtaan na attribute. So ayun, no. So ito naman yung formula natin kapag turbulent flow. So again, yung applicability nito kapag ang Reynolds number is greater than 6,000, NPR between 0.7 to 16,000, and yung length to diameter ratio natin greater than 60. No? So ayun. Tapos, actually ito yon yung natin, like formula. Pero merong mga specific or simplified na formula for air and for water. Kasi usually naman ang ginagamit sa na fluid natin is either air or water itself. So syempre meron din namang iba like yung oil natin, crude oil and such, or kung anumang mixture pa, no? But yeah, the most common is air and water. So meron din tayo dyan sa handout ninyo na formula specifically to be used sa air at a specific condition. So una dyan is, so diba, ang daming formula. For air, at 1 atm, total pressure. For turbulent flow, in pipes. So, ang formula natin is, ganun lang din, equals to H sub LD over K. Sorry. Mali pala ako nang tinitignan. So, we have H sub L is equal to 3.52. Velocity Hmm? 0.8. Diameter 0.2. This one is for SI unit. Okay, and then kapag naman English unit, we also have it. So this one is 0.5. Yung viscosity, velocity, average velocity 0.8 over the 0.2. This one is in English. Okay, ang D natin is still the diameter. Yung ating V is yung velocity natin in meter per second. Sige, sulat ko na lang. D is diameter in meter. Yung ating V. V yun na, hindi lang ako marunong nung talaga. Hindi ako marunong mag-drawing nung symbol nung average velocity. Pero nandiyan naman yun sa handout nyo. No? So, i-V ko na lang. Kasi malito kayo sa viscosity and dito kapag tinry ko isulat. No? So, we have the velocity at meter per second. H sub L is still yung natin, coefficient, no, heat coefficient. So, ang unit niya is still the same, watts per meter squared Kelvin for SI. And then for English is yung BTU per hour, no, square feet degree Fahrenheit. Okay. Yan, nandyan naman yun, yung mga list, no, ng unit natin pag English and SI. So, ito ay gagamitin lang for air. Itong formula na ito is specifically for air at 1 atmosphere total pressure for turbulent flow. Kapag ang given sa problem is air, at this condition. Okay? Pero kapag hindi, for example, air, tapos hindi at 180 ang total pressure, kahit turbulent flow siya, so hindi nyo to pwedeng gamitin. So ito pa rin yung gagamitin nyo. Asan yan? Ito. Ay, ito pala. Okay? So this one is specifically for air at 1 atm pressure. And then meron din tayo specifically for water naman. So dito, for water, at temperature range of T is equals to 4 to 105 degrees Celsius, or T is equal to, in degree Fahrenheit naman, 40 to 220 degree Fahrenheit, for English unit. Okay, so ito naman, yung next equation natin is for water, specifically at within this range. We have the degree Celsius and the Fahrenheit. So kung Kelvin yung given, convert nyo na lang para malaman nyo kung pasok siya dun sa ating range. So, ayun. Formula naman dyan is to get the coefficient. So we have H sub L is equals to 1429 times 1 plus 0.0146 T, okay, in degree Celsius. So this one is in degree Celsius. Okay. Sige, tanggalin na lang natin dito para hindi kayo malito. T multiplied by the average velocity, 0.8, over the diameter, 0.2. So this one is SI unit. Okay. T is equal to degree Celsius. Okay. And then for English unit naman, so we also have it. So we have 150 multiplied by 1 plus 0.01 011 temperature multiplied by average velocity, 0.8 over d prime 0.2. This one is English, wherein T is equal to degree Fahrenheit. Okay? So yan, again, gagamitin nyo lang tong formula na to kapag ang given na fluid sa problem is water, and then within this temperature range. Okay? So pwede din naman gamitin nyo in SI, and then tsaka nyo na lang i-convert into English unit, no? If I think meron naman tayong available na conversion, 'di ba, ng H or yung ating convective heat coefficient, no, from SI to BTU. I think kahapon na natin yun, na discuss. So pwede din naman yun. Pwede din naman ito ang gamitin nyo kapag English yung hinahanap. Okay? And then for organic liquids naman, we also have for organic liquids. So we have H sub L is equals to 423 V 0.8 over D 0.2. No, for SI. And then for English naman, we have 60 over D 0.2 prime. English. Okay? So, itong organic liquids, balikan ko na lang kayo on the specific examples of organic liquids. Ano? So, ayan. Pero I think, ano naman siya, hindi naman siya magagamit. I'm not sure, but to be sure, no, para in case man magamit siya sa final exam, alam niyo yung like list, no, kung ano-ano yung mga tinutukoy na organic liquids natin. Ano. So, next meeting natin siya itackle. No? Okay? So, yan yung formula natin. But again, kung yung given sa problem is hindi pasok dun sa requirements na applicable dun sa tatlong specific or summarized na formula natin, yung air within at 180 m total pressure and turbulent, water at a specific temperature range, and the organic liquids. So ang gagamitin nyo pa rin is ito formula talaga natin for turbulent flow para makuha yung coefficient natin. So ito po. Ayan. Okay, para makuha natin si H sub L. Okay. So we have a sample problem dyan. So although nadyan naman na yung solution, pero pa rin natin, takal pa rin natin para alam nyo kung paano siya isosolve or anything, or any explanation or any questions if ever meron. So we have sabi dyan, heating of air in turbulent flow. Although, given naman na sa problem, na turbulent siya, yung flow natin. Pero, to be sure, and sa exam naman, wala namang title yung natin. So, importante pa rin na compute natin yung Reynolds number, para malaman natin kung turbulent siya or laminar. And as well as, kailangan talaga siyang i-compute kasi kasama siya sa formula, diba? So, sabi dyan, air at 206.8 kPa and an average of 477.6 Kelvin is being heated as it flows through a tube of 25.4 mm inside diameter at a velocity of 7.62 meters per second. The heating medium is 488.7 Kelvin steam condensing on the outside of the tube. Since the heat transfer coefficient of the condensing steam is several thousand watts per square meter Kelvin, and the resistance of the metal wall is very small, so it will be assumed that the surface wall temperature of the metal in contact with the air or yung fluid natin is 488.7 Kelvin as well. No. Calculate the heat transfer coefficient for length to diameter ratio of greater than 60, and also the heat transfer flux Q over A. No. So we're familiar with the heat transfer flux, 'di ba? So yun yung same na mineasure natin dun sa dun sa unang sample problem natin sa conduction. So yung Q itself, Q alone is for heat transfer rate, but kapag Q over A, that is ang tawag doon ay heat transfer flux. Okay. So, sa given natin, so we have pressure ng air. Okay. Yung given is 206.8 kPa. And then, temperature ng fluid. Diba? Which is also, yung temperature ng fluid is also the bulk average temperature of the fluid itself. No? Lalo na kapag isa lang naman yung fluid natin. So we can regard this as temperature of air, okay, at 477.6 Kelvin. And then diameter natin is equal to 25.4 millimeters. And then yung velocity natin is 7.62 meter per second. Yung ating temperature of the wall, since dyan, di ba, na ang temperature of the wall natin is yung temperature ng wall natin in contact with the fluid. So stated naman sa problem na yung yung surface of the wall, yung temperature ng surface of the wall that is in contact with the air is yung 488.7 din, Kelvin. Okay? Ano pa ang given? So, I think wala na, no? So, ang hinahanap po natin is, okay, solve for yung ating H sub L, diba? And the heat flux, Q over A. Ayan. So, lagay lang natin dito yung formula na gagamitin natin. Pero before yon, kailangan muna natin alamin, no, kung laminar ba or turbulent yung flow. So, paano natin malalaman? So, solve natin si Reynolds number. So, this one, formula ng Reynolds number is diameter multiplied by velocity and density over thermal, over viscosity pala. Okay, so anuhin natin yung mga given. Pwede ba natin ma-solve yung NRE? So we have the diameter. So diameter natin is 25.4 mm. So I think since this one is in millimeters, kailangan natin siyang i-convert into meters, 'di ba? Para align dun sa ating unit. So 25.4 millimeters, anong nito? Equivalent nito sa meter. So we have 1,000, right? For 1 meter. So this one is 0.254. Tama ba? 0.0254 meters. Okay, so meron na tayong diameter. So for velocity, meron din tayong given. So okay naman yung unit niya. So meron tayong density. Meron ba tayong density? Wala, di ba? So yung density natin, possible siyang makuha, no? So yung density natin, kailangan lang natin gamitan ng ideal gas law, no? So yung paggamit ng ideal gas law, kasi syempre wala naman tayong given na mass, wala din tayong given na volume, no, ng fluid. So hindi natin siya possible magamit yung formula for density, which is mass over volume, 'di ba? Pero kung meron, definitely pwede natin magamit yung formula na yun for density para makuha natin yung density. But since wala, no? So mag-resort tayo sa usage ng ideal gas law. So yung natin, ideal gas law for density, gagamitin natin. So later natin sa solve. And then for viscosity naman, so wala din tayong given na viscosity sa problem. Pero yung viscosity natin is makukuha natin or pwede nating makuha dun sa table of values. So may table ng values for air dyan sa handout ninyo sa pinakahuling page, no, nilagay ko dyan. So yun, meron makukuha dyan ng for air, viscosity ng air, thermal conductivity, at saka yung Prandtl number, or N sub PR. So makuha natin yan. So later, check natin. So for now, kunin muna natin si density. Si density. So si density natin, kailangan natin siyang gamitan ng formula for ideal gas law. So para makuha natin siya. So we have dito na lang tayo. For density, so we will use the formula for ideal gas law as density is equals to molar mass multiplied by the pressure over R multiplied by temperature. Okay, so ito po yung formula natin para makuha natin si density ng fluid. So molar mass natin, since air yung ating fluid, yung given na fluid natin, so we know, di ba, yung yung molar mass natin, which is 28.97, diba, kilogram per kmol. And then, yung P natin, yung pressure natin ng air is merong given, which is 206. You have 206.8 kPa. Okay? And then, ang R natin is yung gas constant natin for SI unit. So this one is, ang R natin ay 8.314 meter cube PA per mole Kelvin. And then yung temperature natin ng air is also given sa problem. So we have 477. We have 477.6 Kelvin. Okay? Yeah, sorry. So, yun yung ating, so meron na, kompleto naman yung values natin para makuha natin si density. So, we can calculate it as density is equals to, we have 28.97 multiplied by 206. So, this one is in kPa. So, since ang ating R na unit is in PA, diba, kailangan natin siyang i-convert into Pascal. So, move lang natin yung decimal point into 3 para matanggal si kilo. No? So, we have 206,800, diba? PA. Okay? And then, over, ang R natin is 8.314. So, ito yun na yung unit, no? Hindi ko na susulat kasi mahaba. And then, multiplied by yung ating temperature. So, yung temperature natin na given is 477.6. So, in Kelvin, align naman siya dun sa unit ng ating R. So, ayun. And then this one, yan. So, we have P is equal to, anong natin? Value natin dito. Pa-compute po. Ay, ba't malaki? Pa-double check. Hindi ko lang dala ang aking calculator. Hindi ko makita ang calculator. Okay. Pa-check sa iba.
Ma'am, 477.6 po ba yan?
477.6. Hindi, dapat yung same dun sa natin. So, 1.509.
Kapag naka 206.8 po, nagpo 1.509.
Okay, wait lang Hindi ko kasi mahanap yung calculator ko. Yung iba ba, same lang din? Kapag ganito? 28.97, ito. How about the others? Same lang din? Okay, but I think this one, yung ating 28.97 is in kilogram per kmol. So, pwede natin siyang gawing in, kasi yung ating R is in mole. So, ito yung i-move natin ng 3 decimal places pa-try. From kmol, gagawin natin siyang mole. So, it will be 0.02897. Pero same pa din, 206,800 pa rin siya. Anong sagot po?
Okay na po, 1.5087775737 po.
Okay, no. So, ayan. So, ano natin? Gamitin natin yung 4 decimal places. 5087, tama ba?
88 po bale.
88, okay. Ayan. Ano. So, yon. Ito ang ating value of, ano natin? Tawag dito? Density. So, we have kilogram per meter cube. And then, so since meron na tayong value ni density, so ang look up naman natin is yung value ni viscosity. Ano? So, gaya na banggit ko sa inyo, wait lang ha, try ko lang if na-save ko siya, yung table natin. Pero nandyan yung handout nyo. No? Wait lang. Okay. Ito yun sa pinakadulo. Ayan. Ano, so meron tayo dyang physical properties of air at 180 m pag SI unit, and then we also have for English unit. Ano, so since ang ano naman natin is in SI unit, kita ba yung screen ko? Hindi ka kayo nakikita. Kita naman? Yung kita na
Yes
tong
po.
table? Okay, thank you. Ayan, so, okay, so dito, ang ano dyan natin, sabi dyan, yung table natin for values, ang makukuha natin dyan, magre-refer tayo sa temperature. Ano, so we have the temperature for degree Celsius and yung equivalent niya for Kelvin. Ano, so we also have the density in here, the heat capacity CP, and then this one, yung viscosity natin, and then the thermal conductivity, the NPR, yung ating Prandtl number, and yun, itong namang dalawa to, hindi pa natin siya kasama sa computation natin. So, disregard nyo muna. So, ang given sa ano natin, na temperature for air natin is 477.6. So, ito yon. Ano, sorry, wala akong pang edit. Yeah, wala akong pang edit. So, ito, yung 477.6. Hopefully, nakikita nyo. So, ito, nasa second column, yung in Kelvin natin. So, 477.6. So, ang look up nyo dyan is yung value ng ano natin, tawag dito, ng viscosity. So, yung viscosity natin is 2.6. So, ang nakalagay dyan, multiply natin siya into times 10 to negative 5 po. Ano, so, I'm not sure pa din kung bakit positive 5 yon, pero I did some looking up no sa other tables, other authors ng tables and such. Pero yung value na makukuha natin supposedly for viscosity for this one, for air, physical properties of air, is naka times 10 to the negative 5. Ano, so and I also tried no, so mas tama talagang gamitin ang times 10 to the negative 5. Ano, so yun lang, kung ito yung ibibigay na sa exam natin, ano na reference for table, so ang gagamitin nyo po is times 10 to the negative 5 for this value ng viscosity. Ano, so ang unit natin is still the same, PA second or kilogram meter second. Kilogram per meter second, I mean. Okay, so for 477.6, so we have the viscosity of 2.6 times 10 to the negative 5. Okay, so same lang yun kapag PA second yung ginamit yung value or kilogram per meter second. Okay, so meaning yung ating, sige, i-share ako ng screen for whiteboard. Okay. Wait lang natin. Pero yun, panote na lang ako. Pero yun, ano naman ako ng other tables, no. Ang talaga, ang value for that is times 10 to the negative 5. Okay. So, ang gagawin nyo, ganun pa rin. Kung ang given sa problem na temperature is wala doon sa table, gagawin nyo ay interpolate. Interpolate nyo lang yung values kapag wala. Ganun lang naman. No? Same lang ng ginagawa natin sa fuels. No? Ganun ang gagawin nyo kapag meron tayong table and yung reference value nyo is wala or hindi available. So, interpolate nyo lang para makuha nyo yung hinahanap nyong value. Okay. Wait lang, mabagal siya So, we have ito. Mabagal lang. Mabagal ata yung wifi. Okay. So, since okay na tayo for density, ayan. So, ang viscosity natin, dito natin ilagay sa given. So, this one is using table. So, ang ating viscosity of air, at 477.6 Kelvin is 2.6 times 10 to the negative 5 kilogram per meter second. Okay. And then dun sa table, sorry stop sharing ko na yung isa. But makikita din doon katabi lang nung viscosity yung ating N sub PR or yung ating Prandtl number. So we have for air at specific 477.6 natin. Temperature is anong value natin? Nandun ba kayo sa table? Nakita niyo yung value dyan ng NPR? Yung same pa rin na table na tinignan natin kanina. NPR natin is 0.686. No, so dimensionless naman siya, so wala siyang unit. And then, yung ating thermal conductivity, kasi kakailanganin din natin siya sa basing sa ating formula. So for air, thermal conductivity natin, nandyan din sa table. Same table na ginamit natin is 0.03894 watts per meter Kelvin. No, ayan. Okay, so yun yung natin. So pwede na natin, since meron na tayong values for all of this, para makuha natin si Reynolds number. So yun, substitute na lang yung value. No? So since wala na tayong time, so we have diameter natin is 0.0254 meters. Yung ating velocity is 7.62 meter per second. And then yung ating density is 1.5088. Okay, kilogram per meter cube. Over, ating viscosity is galing sa table, 2.060 times 10 to the negative 5 kilogram per meter second. Okay, so ang ating result for that, NRE is 1.122 times 10 to the 4th power. So kung natin yun, apply natin yung exponent natin. So mag-move lang yung decimal point natin into 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one is equal to 11220. So ibig sabihin, turbulent flow, di ba? And applicable siya dun sa ating formula kasi greater than 6,000 yung kanyang Reynolds number. Naintindihan ba? May tanong? May tanong so far? Okay. Ayun, sorry, na tayo ng 1 minute. So if ever may doubts, may tanong, sa next meeting na lang natin i-discuss. So sakto natin yun. Face-to-face. Although yung Saturday natin is online muna, di ba? So wala tayong quiz for UOPS next week. So bibigay ko lang sa inyo is the problem set. So kailangan muna natin matapos yung topic natin. So ayun, further announcement na lang if ever. But yeah, the problem set meron kayong isasubmit for both UOPS and fuels. Okay, so if wala na kayong questions, yun lang. Thank you. You may leave.